everyone, Beth from Rock Your Notebook, and I'm using the beautiful Calico Collage mason jars again. And if you've been watching my channel, you have been seeing me loving these word sayings. So I have this beautiful word saying that I had cut up from Calico Collage. Don't compare. Ugh, you'll see it at the end. Anyways, I'm working in my B6 Traveler's Notebook with mixed media paper. I'm going to go ahead and gesso this page, and then I'm using some new acrylic paints, and I will leave links down below to all of that. All the paints I used, they I don't know how to say this, but they exceeded my expectations. I've had these paints in the past, but before they were in the circular tube, and then they all got like ruined. So I'm trying them out again, and they are fantastic. I really like them in the bottles, and I like how opaque they are. The first paint that you're going to see here is vanilla custard, and I did not expect it to be this color at all. And at first I was like, oh, is that going to work? But it did, and I love it. And I love, love, love the way this page turned out. Generally, when I start an art journal spread, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I really don't. And then there's a few other times where like I'll formulate an idea in my mind and then I just go for it. This one, I knew that I wanted to try the new paints that I had just gotten from scrapbook.com, and that was about it. So these were the only two colors that I had grabbed. I grabbed some other stuff, quite a bit of stuff, and I might share that in another video, like a little haul video. And now I'm using the pink, which I forget the actual name of the pink, but again, look at the coverage. Like, I was really, really impressed. They're not a heavy body paint, so they go on very smoothly, and you know, finger painting is fun, y'all. If you haven't tried it, you should definitely just try and get in there with your fingers and have some fun and see. I really apologize for the way the camera focuses when I'm using the heat gun, but it's such a short amount of time that it's almost impossible to cut it out of the video, so I just kind of leave it in there. Now what I'm doing is I'm grabbing some titanium white paint, and I'm using a dry brush. The only way to get this effect is with a dry brush. If my brush had any water on it at all, I would not be able to get this light coverage that I'm getting. So you have to have a dry brush to do the technique that I'm doing here. The way this page turned out with these three different colors, ugh, it made my heart so happy. Like right there, I could just leave it right there and I'd be happy. But the Calico Collage elements definitely make it so much better. So if you haven't noticed, what I generally do is I do a focal point on one side of my page, and then I do a quote or something on the other side of my page. And that's just how I set up my art journal pages, my art journal spreads. You don't have to do that, but it works for me. And this part here with the stencil and the Nuvo glitter paste, I'm not sure if that's what it's called, but this Nuvo product really, really, really shocked me, because when you put it in, it seems like it's not so thick. So I thought when I went through the stencil that I was going to end up with smears, and I didn't. And I was so happy and so shocked that I didn't end up with any smearing, even on this part here at the top where I used more. Because I was like, oh, well, it didn't smear at all. And what happens if I use more? Nothing. No smearage going underneath the stencil, where sometimes that'll happen with a thinner product, and like, whoa. So then I tried to clean the stencil with a baby wipe, and that, yeah, no. I ended up having to go upstairs and rinse the stencil off. So if this is a product that you end up trying to use, know that you need to clean your stencil off under some running water, because a baby wipe is just not going to cut it. And it's not something that you want to leave on your stencil, because it will ruin your stencil or whatever you're using to add that to your project. So the next thing I'm going to do here now is stick everything down. I'm going to use my Liquitex Fluid Matte Medium. At first I couldn't find it, and I tried to use the gel, and that did not, no, that was not fun. So then I found my Fluid Matte Medium. I used that to adhere the mason jar down. And because I used the Fluid Matte Medium, I was able to get some awesome shading done on the jar with a Faber-Castell Pitt pen. It's a great technique where if you have matte medium or a gesso, you're able to blend the ink out with just your fingertip. And once it's dry, it's dry. It's not going to smear anymore. But it is such a great technique and a wonderful way to add color to your projects. So that is going to be really it for this layout. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I will leave links to Calico Collage's products down below. Definitely check her out. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.